Who are you? I am Tiger Carter, and I am not afraid of any of you guys. Tiger Carter? What a stupid name. You shut up. It's a damn good name. You're just jealous because you're not awesome like me. Well, can you jump like us googly-eyed brain-head aliens? Hell yeah, man. I can jump like there's no tomorrow, and I could roar like the tiger. Rah! Well, show us, Tiger Carter, if that's even your real name. Okay, I will. Get served, you brain-eyed aliens. Roar! I am not impressed at all. John Carter could jump more higher than that. Wouldn't you say, Mouse Lord?
As the Mouse Lord, I must say that Tiger Carter is not welcome in this kingdom. He is a big disgrace. He is not good at jumping, and John Carter is way more higher. Tiger Carter, get out of my kingdom. You are such a disgrace for being the worst jumper in the world.
Indeed. So, in all conclusion, Tiger Carter is a failure. Oh yeah? How about I give you a big ol' 5? Alright, you guys, this is 22 Tiger Dude, and I'm gonna review John Carter. And John Carter, it's a story about, John Carter. He lives in Virginia, I believe, and has a story of this boy. This boy. He gets a message that some relative died, and so he goes into a house, discovers a mystery, and I think he reads some kind of book about John Carter's journal, I believe. Yeah, John Carter's like the boy's uncle from what I remember in the movie. And, he's just trying to discover a mystery about him or something like that. And John Carter, who lives in Virginia, it's like the old times, gets transported into Mars, and along the way meets Gemma Arterton, who is the princess, the aliens, even this Woola dog. And yeah, I'll start with the positives with this movie. But let me tell you, there are only a few positives I have about this movie. One positive is that I enjoyed the visual effects. I think the aliens, they look cool and nice. The Woola dog looks really cool looking, and the setting is kind of cool. And I kind of like how the sci-fi action goes. There were also a few jokes I laughed at. There were a few funny moments in the movie. It's mostly a cheesy movie, but I laughed a few times in the movie, and it was funny, and I enjoyed it. And what's it called? We also got the actors. Taylor Kitsch. He was pretty good here. I think he's a perfect choice for John Carter. I really can't think of anyone else to play John Carter but him. And we also have Bryan Cranston, who unfortunately was only in this movie for 5 minutes. And just some more actors and actresses, but I just can't remember at this moment. But yeah, and then what's it called? There's a couple of action scenes I enjoyed. Like, there's this one action scene. Let's just say, I'm not gonna try to spoil it or anything, but I just want to say that John Carter, he fights all these bunch of aliens, and he has a flashback from his past while fighting them, and it's also a pretty sad scene too. So I like that scene, and there was this other scene where he was at near it was kind of in the final battle scene. I mostly did not like the final battle scene, but there was this part in the final battle scene where it had a Western feel to it, and I like that considering the fact that I'm a Western fan. So I like how John Carter had a little bit of Western touch into it, and I did not expect to see that actually. And do I have other positives here? Oh yeah, and my final positive of the movie, this one's actually my favorite character, which is a Woola dog, and I have a picture of that right here. I don't know what it is, but it says it's a Woola dog, and I think this is probably the most enjoyable character because it's funny, it's playful, and you guys might find this weird for me to say, but it's actually kind of cute looking, and yeah, probably my favorite character of this pretty bad movie actually. And I think that's about it for my negatives. My positives. So now I'm gonna hit to the negatives. For the most part, I did not like this movie. It is definitely the worst Disney movie I've ever seen, and one of the worst movies I've seen in the year 2012. And the fact that this was directed by Andrew Stanton, who directed the 3 Disney Pixar movies, A Bug's Life, Finding Nemo, and WALL-E, he directed this movie, and I don't know. I think he should just stick to animation. Whatever he was trying to do here, I was not impressed with most of the things he did. The positives that I mentioned just right now, I was pretty impressed with, but just like how the direction was taking, and then what I didn't like about this movie was how literally the first 50 minutes, first 50 minutes of the movie, it was so rushed. It didn't slow down until after the first 50 minutes was over. Oh my gosh. And John Carter, it's like the creators already wanted him to be in Mars. It was so quick. They could have slowed down the story at least a little more before he got transported to Mars. But no, he had to get transported to Mars 15 minutes or under. The plot isn't really very good here, and it just feels choppy, the script, and just like where it was going. And for this being Andrew Stanton's first time directing a movie, because he directed the first 3 Pixar movies, Finding Nemo, WALL-E, and Bug's Life. I do not know if I mentioned that or not, but just in case, yeah. And I'm sorry if I repeat myself, if I did. And like I said, it's not the worst, but in Disney in general, it is the worst movie I've ever seen. Just not very good. It's terrible script and terrible acting. Well, most of the actors had pretty terrible acting at least. And yeah, at least the good thing about this movie is that I could find at least a few positives about it. You know, like I said, it's not the most horrendous movie. Just not very good at all. And while I was kind of looking forward to this movie, I was pretty disappointed how it would turned out. But I don't know if I should recommend this. Really, it's not worth your time. And then just when the movie gets to the ending, it's just so pointless because you're like, okay, the movie's gonna end, and then they add more things, and you're like, okay, the movie's gonna end right here, and they add more things, and then you're just sitting there saying, oh God, just end the movie already. Like seriously, they're taking forever to end this movie too. And I was ready for this movie to end because first of all, I wanted it to end. And second of all, I was just ready and they were taking forever to end it. Like seriously, just take it in the baby steps and that's it. And the ending, just when the movie finally ended, it was just so pointless. Such a pointless ending to this pretty bad movie. And I don't mean to sound a little harsh here, but I was just not impressed with this movie. It is the worst Disney movie I've ever seen, and I'm going to give John Carter 1.5 out of 4 stars. And okay, you guys, of course I'm 22 Tiger Dude. I will always be 22 Tiger Dude, and I will remain that way, hopefully. Like this video, share this video, comment below, give me your full honest opinion of John Carter, and tell me what you thought of Andrew Stanton directing his first live action film. Goodbye, everyone.